Ladies and gentlemen, imagine this, a packed courtyard on a crisp autumn evening in Utah. The air buzzes with energy. Young faces lit by phone screens, banners flapping in the breeze proclaiming the American comeback. Charlie Kirk stands at the podium, mic in hand, his voice cutting through the chatter like a blade. He's mid-sentence, dismantling a question on gun violence with that signature fire in his eyes. Counting or not counting gang violence? He fires back, a smirk tugging at his lips. Then bam, a single crack echoes off the buildings. Blood sprays from his neck. He clutches at it, staggers, eyes wide in shock. Chaos erupts. Screams pierce the night. Security scrambles. And in an instant, one of America's most electric conservative voices falls silent. Forever. That was September 10, 2025. Charlie Kirk, age 31, gunned down in cold blood at Utah Valley University. A political assassination that shook the nation to its core. But who was this man? The kid who dropped out of college to build an empire? The Trump whisperer who mobilized millions? The lightning rod who made liberals seethe and conservatives cheer? This is the story of Charlie Kirk. Not just the fiery activist, but the boy from Illinois who dared to dream big, the husband and father cut down too soon, and the legacy that refuses to die. Buckle up. We're diving deep into the life, the fire, and the tragic end of Charlie Kirk. Let's rewind to the suburbs of Chicago, where it all began. Born Charles James Kirk on October 14, 1993, in Arlington Heights, Illinois, Charlie grew up in Prospect Heights, a picture-perfect American town of split-level homes and cul-de-sacs. His mom, Connie, was a mental health counselor, the kind of woman who could spot a storm brewing in someone's soul from a mile away. His dad, Robert, an architect, taught him the value of building something solid, brick by blueprint. Young Charlie was no rebel without a cause. He was the Eagle Scout who earned his wings through grit and merit badges, the kid who volunteered for Republican Senate candidate Mark Kirk's 2010 campaign. Yes, same last name, no relation, but a spark that lit the fuse. High school at Wheeling High was where the firecracker really ignited. Junior year, Charlie's diving into politics like it's oxygen. But senior year? That's when he goes rogue. The cafeteria jacks up cookie prices. Outrageous, right? Charlie launches a full-on revolt, rallying classmates with petitions and protests. It's small potatoes, but it's his first taste of mobilization, of turning whispers into roars. Then comes the essay for Breitbart News, a scathing takedown of liberal bias in textbooks. Fox Business calls him up. A 17-year-old on national TV? That's not just bold. That's a preview of the bulldog he'd become. College? Harper Community College near Chicago. Charlie enrolls, but the classroom feels like a cage. Influenced by Tea Party firebrand Bill Montgomery. Met at a Benedictine University event. He drops out before finishing a single degree. Why grind for credits when you can change the world? At 18 in 2012, Charlie co-founds Turning Point USA with Montgomery. The mission: counter the liberal stranglehold on campuses. Rival MoveOn.org, but for the right. It's a pipe dream for most kids his age. Turning Point Faith in 2021 with Pastor Rob McCoy mobilizes megachurches on abortion, guns, and God $6.4 million budget to arm pastors with talking points. And his radio show? The Charlie Kirk Show on Salem Media from October 2020, 3 hours daily, 500,000 to 750,000 podcast downloads by 2024. He's not just talking, he's commanding the airwaves. Trump, Charlie's North Star. He advises on campaign strategy, Cabinet Picks Post, 2024 win. In March 2025, Trump appoints him to the U.S. Air Force Academy Board of Visitors. Charlie invests in 1789 capital, backing MAGA startups. His You're Being Brainwashed tour hits 25 campuses in 2024, racking up 2 billion viral views. Pundits credit it with tipping young voters to Trump. Charlie wasn't born with a silver spoon. He forged one from sheer will. From Illinois kid to kingmaker, how does a dropout pull that off? By betting everything on the fight. But glory has thorns. Controversies dog Charlie like shadows at dusk. Cusa accused of racial bias, internal docs leaked showing favoritism in hiring, whispers of white nationalism. ProPublica digs in misleading finances, leaders enriching themselves. Charlie's condo, funded by dark money. They say, illegal campaign ops, fines hit for unreported spending in Arizona races. The professor watch list, labeled a witch hunt, doxing educators for daring to teach critical race theory or climate science. Charlie's mouth, a minefield. COVID? He peddles hydroxychloroquine as 100% effective, rails against masks, government overreach. Twitter bans him briefly for it. 2020 election? He screams fraud from rooftops. Funds stopped the steal buses to January 6th. The steal was real. He thunders on air. Gun control? After Parkland, he tweets, building a wall around classrooms won't stop a shooter, but arming teachers will. Civil rights? He questions the empathy gap. Why do we weep for George Floyd but not for the unborn? Conspiracy Central. QAnon nods, deep state rants, election denial marathons. A 2023 study dubs his podcast a top misinformation spreader. Liberals brand him a grifter, a demagogue. Conservatives? Prophet. In a polarized America, Charlie didn't tiptoe, he charged. Beneath the blaze? A man who loved fiercely. In July 2021, Charlie marries Erica Frantzva, a conservative influencer and podcast co-host. Their wedding? Intimate. Florida sunset. Vows laced with faith and fire. 2 kids follow. A boy and a girl, toddlers by 2025, the lights of his world. Erica's his rock, co-piloting Tpuser events, whispering strategy in quiet moments. Charlie's faith, deeply evangelical, shaped by turning point faith. He tithes big, prays harder. Family game nights, Bible studies, beach walks in Longboat Key, glimpses of the soft side behind the storm. Erica and the kids are why I fight, he'd say. Tragic, then, that his last breath stole those futures. Fast forward to that fateful tour. Days before, Charlie's in Asia, debuting The American Comeback. A global push for conservative revival. Back stateside, Utah Valley University in Orem. September 10, 2025. The Sorensen Center courtyard hums under a white Tpusa tent. Prove me wrong slogans everywhere. It's the tour's kickoff. A debate on guns, freedom, the soul of America. Crowd. 500 strong, mostly students, a mix of MAGA hats and curious skeptics. Security, 6 campus cops, plus Charlie's detail. Deemed light by eyewitnesses like ex-Congressman Jason Chaffetz, who was there. Charlie's on fire. Q&A flows, mass shootings, stats flying. An audience member probes. Transgender shooters in the mix? Total mass killers last decade? Charlie leans in, mic hot. Counting or not counting gang violence? The words hang. Then the shot. From a rooftop, distant but deadly. A single bullet rips through the air, strikes his left neck. Video captures it raw. Charlie's right hand flies up, blood gushes like a crimson fountain. He gurgles, crumples. Spectators gasp. Bolt. He's hit. Get down. Chaos reigns. Strollers abandoned. Phones dropped. Screams blending with sirens. The shooter? A ghost in dark clothes vanished into the night. Utah cops swarm. 2 detained. Released, no link. A person of interest emerges. Photo flashed door to door. Governor Spencer Cox vows justice. Political assassination. Will use the death penalty if caught. Campus locks down. Evacuations. Classes canceled. armed patrols haunting the streets. Charlie's rushed to a chopper, but it's too late.
Pronounced dead en route.
Age 31, father to toddlers, husband to Erica, who learns via frantic call, collapsing in sobs. The aftermath? A tidal wave. President Trump hits X first. Charlie Kirk, great and even legendary, a martyr for truth and freedom. From the White House, a video, flags at half-staff, proclamation issued. Dark day for America. The radical left's rhetoric fueled this evil. Bipartisan horror follows. California Governor Gavin Newsom, disgusting, vile, reprehensible. Gabrielle Giffords, shot in 2011. Heartbroken for Erica, the children, all who loved him.
Israéli PM Netanyahou, condolences pour Honorine Charlie's staunchionisme.
House Speaker Mike Johnson, in shock. A sad day. Even New Jersey Governor P.H. He proved a dropout could outmaneuver Ivy Leaguers that passion Trump's pedigree. Books, broadcasts, billions in views, he built a movement that outlives him. Turning Point USA? Stronger now. Chapters swelling with recruits honoring their fallen founder. His final tour? The American comeback morphs into a nationwide pilgrimage, tents popping up coast to coast. To critics, he was the poison pill, spreading lies that eroded trust, fanning flames of division. COVID denial cost lives, they say. January 6th buses rolled to the Capitol on his dime. Watch lists chilled free speech. Yet even foes concede. Charlie forced the conversation. He made conservatism cool for TikTok kids. Wrestled the culture war into the open. Politically incorrect? Damn right. Substantiated by his own words, his wins, his scars. In an era of safe spaces, he built barricades. Tragic? Utterly. 2 kids without a dad. Erica without her partner. A nation robbed of a voice. Flawed. Fierce. Unyielding. Was the shooter a lone wolf, radicalized by lefty hate, or deeper conspiracy? The manhunt will tell. But one truth endures. Charlie Kirk didn't just live loud. He died loud, mid-battle, hand raised in defiance. So what now? Download his podcast. Read his books. Join the fight or counter it. Because Charlie taught us, ideas don't die easy. They bulletproof themselves in hearts and history. America, prove him wrong or prove him right. The comeback starts with you. Subscribe and comment your opinion.